What's up, guys? Welcome back. We're ready to get started on this thing. So Corey's sitting there. We've got the garage cleaned up a little bit, and yesterday finally brought the Jetta home. Took a minute. The battery was toast. Had been sitting for 6 months, but here she is. You can see why I'm sacrificing this thing. Hail damage, that quarter damage there. She's beat up, along with the other legal things, getting the title and whatnot. So let's do a little tour, get this thing started up, show you guys what it sounds like, runs like now. So here we go. She doesn't like to start when the glow plugs don't work quite right. But yep. She smokes a little bit when it's cold. Give it a second and the turbo will actually kick over. There she is. Alright, so I guess let's start tearing stuff out, throwing stuff in the back that we're not going to use, and from there on we'll start moving stuff over we're going to keep over to the truck. So yeah, let's get on it. Okay, well, now that we've got the dashboard ripped out, the next thing, obviously we just got to get some of this other junk out of the way and start doing our best to pull the wiring harness without cutting anything. Alright, small update. Just getting ready to label some harness bits just to make sure I don't forget where they go. But dash is out. The main support bar is about ready to come out, but I've still got some wires up and around that I need to get rid of. The steering column is free from that support bar. And yeah, just gonna throw some labels on some stuff real quick. Alright, so we've taken out the dash of the Jetta, gotten things mostly down to where I need to be for, pulling the harness and whatnot. So now I gotta get started on the engine bay, start, getting ready to pull the motor, harness, all that stuff. So we're gonna go through, pull a bunch of stuff out, intake box, a bunch of the junk that I'm not going to need. We're going to just throw in the back of the car for now. And then hopefully get it down to the point where we'll be ready to pull the motor maybe tomorrow or next weekend. I haven't decided on when we're going to do that yet. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's where we're at so far. This stuff's disconnected. That's power steering reservoir. I'm pretty sure all of this harness stuff that I cut was just headlights, like wiper fluid, reservoir, pump, stuff like that. I don't think there's anything important over here that I need. Right here we've got the ECU that I'm trying to figure out how to get these plugs out so I can get this thing pulled out. So obviously I need that bit of harness, both of those plugs, but that's attached here. I'll get to this box eventually. Down here is where the smaller connectors for the ECU all go into the cabin. The rest of the harness comes down here, splits. There's a big old grommet right there, apparently, that I should be able to pull all the cabin stuff out through. ABS, I don't believe I'm going to need here. But yeah, I don't need the ABS. There's a relay box, power distribution box that sits on top of the battery, and then I've got, from what it looks like, there's a couple little things here, like this is the reverse switch. This one here goes to the main injection pump harness. There's this one here, which goes down to the alternator and looks like AC compressor. Little one, oil level sensor, glow plugs, little stuff like that. Nothing too important. See, down there we got fan control, plugs. Looks like a plug that goes into the radiator. I don't know. That's another coolant temp sensor or something. More, obviously, headlight stuff, not super important. So, I'm not sure what else we're going to need from over in this corner either. We'll get there eventually once I'm actually getting closer to getting ready to pull it. Like, this is just a giant ground cable. This is just chassis ground, basically, bolted to the motor right there. So that's nice and easy out of the way. So I just need to get this stuff pulled over here first, and I think we'll be pretty close to getting the harness out, which means either tomorrow or next weekend we can start actually like dropping the trans, pulling the motor, stuff like that. From what I'm seeing, the actual lower subframe down there is what holds the power steering rack, which should make everything really easy for us to throw this into the front of the truck, because I just need to make sure I get those mounts matched up into the lower frame of the truck, and then everything else like over here I should be able to do fairly straightforward, because there's no front mount. You got your side there, you got your side here at the trans, and then the dog bone underneath, and that's pretty much it that holds this all in. So let's keep trucking and get some stuff done before dinner. Okay, so thing's a little wobbly. ECU's unplugged. Everything's disconnected from that side. Everything's disconnected from the motor, and down here, it's all free. So I've just got there's 2 nuts down there that should pull off the grommet from the inside of the cabin, or the cover, whatever it is on that side. And then once I get that opened up, I should be able to just pull all of that harness stuff out, and that'll be all free. Alright, so I'm going to start getting this harness pulled out of the dash. Hopefully get everything pulled out. We can get it put in the garage. We'll get things sorted out here. So, like I said, just those 2 bolts down there. And then inside the car, we've got a mess of stuff going on right now, but I got to figure out where this one goes down here. I think this is just chassis stuff to the back. Do a little bit of work on this stuff, but then all of this should be able to come out through a hole in the dash. So I guess I'll start in here with these, get this plastic box off, and see if I can't get the rest of that stuff pulled out here in just a minute. So I'm starting to realize that I don't think that's possible, being able to pull this through the dash, unless, you know, I cut a bigger hole. Because it's like, yeah, I could probably fit, you know, all the harness itself, and get rid of all the plastic stuff, you know, be able to pull the connectors off the back of the relay box, whatnot, that's fine. And then I'm looking at it, it's like, wait a minute, the fuse box, I'd have to depin the whole thing to get it to fit through there. So I think what we're going to end up having to do is cut these cables. I'll be able to pull pull these power cables off the relay block here. That's not an issue, you know, just for the big ones, because I don't want to have to cut those and have to re-terminate those later if I don't have to, you know. And then the rest of this is unfortunate because it gets all, you know, it all mixes together into the main harness section right here. But I think I'm going to have to end up cutting these, because this just splits here. So it's 2 sections. So let me pull these terminals off the relay block, and we'll just cut this thing in half, I guess. I'm planning on rewiring it like pretty largely anyway, but it's just more work than necessary at the moment, so we'll deal. Okay, so I believe this right here, come on, what am I still attached to here? I don't know where those go. Come on, let go. Oh, Jesus. That is heavy. So that's probably a solid 15-20 pounds of cable right there. And that's not even like the whole harness, that's just the inside the cabin area, and that's not even all of it. So, but now, let's see here. Should be able to come in here and grab this. Oh, we got one more ground holding this on. Get rid of that one. We're gonna go through and do a whole bunch of new chassis grounds and whatnot anyway in the truck, so slice that one up a little bit right there. Okay, that pulls out. Catching on anything. Oh, what am I still attached to down here? Oh, I'm not. It's just, okay, caught. Alright. Oh, and here's the engine side. Jesus. It's a lot of wiring. So, I'm just gonna finish up real quick, pull the ECU out, and let's see. Yeah, pretty much pull the ECU out. This video will be done. I just all of the wiring stripped out of the Jetta that I believe that we're gonna need. Yeah, so here in the next few days, you know, I'll be working on the wiring, you know, pulling the harness apart, rewiring it. We'll be doing all that in the garage, so I can do that actually after work at night, which will be nice. And yeah, I mean, she's coming along. It's crazy how much room is in this engine bay once you take all the extra, you know, bits. But you know, look at the back of the car, you know, it's all full of stuff. All the dash and everything is, you know, we still got the AC, so I will be needing to pull the throttle, the brake, and the clutch pedals, and we're going to try to pull this steering column out as well, because I want to try to use that in the truck too, because I want a collapsible column, and that way I can keep all the, you know, the stock blinkers and everything. I'm not having to do anything crazy with that, just something a little different, you know. So it's adding extra work, but I feel for the sake of safety it'll be worthwhile. So yeah, we will get recording on the next parts, but we will see you in the next video. Peace.